The final season of Cold War's reign of Warzone is here! That's right, Season 6 of Warzone has arrived, and of course there is a brand new Battle Pass with a fresh 100 tiers here too. I'm going to give you the best methods out there at this moment in time to tier up the Battle Pass as fast as possible, whether you play multiplayer and zombies on Cold War or Modern Warfare, or you just play Warzone. I've made similar videos to this in the past, but I update the best ways to go about it with each season that comes around, since there's always updates and changes to the game. So if you have seen my similar videos in past seasons, don't worry, you're still going to get something from this video, and so will all the newcomers, whether that's at the start of the season or at the end. Before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to let you know how exactly tiering up the Battle Pass works. It's based on two main things: the amount of time you spend actually playing in-game, and the amount of XP you earn. It appears to be slightly more time-based than XP-based, which is kinda sad as it becomes a grind, rather than rewarding better performances. Anyway, my tests show it'll take you about 25 to 50 minutes per Battle Pass tier. Obviously that depends on the amount of XP you get in-game. Altogether, this amounts to between 40 to 80 in-game hours in order to complete all 100 tiers in the Battle Pass. That's without buying or skipping any tiers or any double tier XP events. So let's look at how to be closer to the 40-hour end of the Battle Pass completion rather than the 80-hour top end. So we can't do too much about the time aspect apart from just play more. So basically, to boost through the Battle Pass as fast as possible, we're trying to get as much XP as possible in the shortest amount of time. There are a whole bunch of ways to do this, with some approaches being better than others. I'm going to talk through different methods which can match your favourite game modes and game styles. Then towards the end of the video, I will outline just the categorical best way of tiering up the Battle Pass if you have access to all Call of Duty modes and don't care really what you play. One quick tip though is that double XP tokens won't help towards your Battle Pass. This is unless it's during an event that offers double tier progression XP. It will specifically state double Battle Pass tier XP, so don't waste your time using the double XP tokens because they just don't work on the Battle Pass. I know it sounds really stupid, but that's just the way it is. So let's start out with some Cold War zombies. Both the round-based game modes and Outbreak within zombies can be great ways to tier up fast. And in its simplest form, we just want to get a lot of kills and get to high rounds to get even more kills. Tips when you're in the game include don't pick up the nukes that drop, because obviously you want to kill as many zombies as possible, and you want to kill as many boss zombies as possible as they give out huge amounts of XP. As you advance through Outbreak and you activate various events, more and more zombies will spawn of varying difficulty. This will give you plenty of opportunity to rank up your Battle Pass, as well as your weapons and rank. Obviously upgrading your weapon damage and pack-a-punching it when you're in-game means you can be an even more effective killing machine, giving you more XP. Thankfully, Call of Duty has started to treat all different game modes within its universe, including zombies, multiplayer and Warzone, all quite equally when it comes to XP. So you can rank up the Battle Pass fairly quickly in zombies, Warzone and multiplayer. You're not just going to be stuck to one game mode. So if you do want to play zombies and not even touch Warzone or multiplayer, or vice versa for that matter, you're still going to be just fine. Aside from zombies, we're going to talk about multiplayer on both Cold War and Modern Warfare, which thankfully still both count towards the Battle Pass. Now generally, multiplayer does help you get through the Battle Pass a bit quicker than Warzone. The main reasons for this is that you can play smaller and often more intense maps, such as Shipment, Rust, Kill House and Nuketown and all that kind of thing, which allow you to just be in the action a lot more and have more engagements with players. This not only means more XP from kills and assists, but also more XP from completing challenges. In Warzone, the way to get high kill games or just lots of engagements with enemies is by playing Rebirth Island, particularly Resurgence. You can just keep flying back down if your teammates are still alive, and it's absolutely hectic, especially when the extreme mode is on like it was last week. And of course this gives you ample opportunity to pick up a lot of kills, kinda regardless of your ability. Now I know that seems simple, get into games, get loads of kills, but that's just the beginning. Remember, all things you get XP from help. This even includes your kills in the pre-game. Now challenges are one of the main ways to help boost XP. On Cold War, they make it really helpful and clear by having a page just for near completed challenges, so you can focus on certain actions in your next game to rank up. Across Call of Duty and all their game modes, there are actually a lot of different challenges that can boost your XP. XP. For Warzone specifically, these are split into daily, seasonal, and mastery challenges, with weapon challenges supplementing those too, which all offer varied amounts of XP for doing all kinds of different things. So there'll be something to suit your playstyle and favoured game modes in there. In terms of Warzone specific methods of progressing the Battle Pass through XP, getting a bunch of kills and placing high is a great way to do this, but I'm guessing you already knew that. To ensure you get as many chances to pick up kills and assists, and remain in the action generally, I recommend jumping into either Plunder, or like I said a little bit before, Rebirth Island. The hotspots of Plunder are usually Storage Town, or any new POI that gets added to the game. Alternatively, if you want to just chill out and not sweat out every game, there's other things you can do too. I mean, a lot of the time, just doing things in Warzone actually gives out XP, so simple things like buying stuff at the shop can give out good XP, and over time this can build up to be quite a lot. I always give the example of buying a loadout when you play Battle Royale. It gives out the most XP at the shop, so why not volunteer to be that person in your squad who goes along and buys it? On top of that, the best method in Warzone to tier up the Battle Pass and gain a bunch of XP for weapons as well is through completing contracts. The best thing about completing contracts is that they do compound and multiply for each one you complete, so the more you do in one game, the more bonuses you get. At least that's the case in Rebirth and Battle Royale. This can then give you more standard XP, weapon XP, and more cash in-game. Recon and supply run contracts are particularly great to do this. They offer slightly less XP reward than the others, but they're usually easier and you can do loads in a short amount of time, especially if you have a vehicle with a trophy on it. Most wanted contracts offer the most XP, but obviously are the hardest to complete, giving away your position to the whole map for 3 straight minutes. But they can be very useful to do if you and maybe your team are all together and alive, you've all got your loadout, and you know what, you're all actually ready for the map to come after you. If this is the case, it can actually be a great way to get some kills and XP too. The rest of the contracts are easiest to complete in Plunder, since you can respawn and they give out the same XP as normal Battle Royale. Sadly in Plunder you don't get that compounding bonus XP for each one you complete anymore. Alternatively, completing them in Rebirth Island can be very lucrative. The map is smaller and is Warzone's answer to Rust or Shipment, so everything spawns in much closer and you can complete a lot in a short amount of time, meaning that multiplier for completing contract after contract can get ridiculous. Of course, Rebirth is a bit more dangerous to try this on, but it may be worth the risk if you want the reward of ranking up even faster, particularly if you add this with the extra kills and good placement that you can pick up along the way. So the best strategy in Rebirth is to either go for a bunch of contracts that will multiply on top of each other for each one you complete, so you can spam a load of supply runs and get an insane amount of XP for example, or it's to go for a load of kills and ideally win the game. You can of course actually just do a mix of these two approaches too. For example, I usually loot quite hard and get a contract or two right at the start of the game to get a loadout, then once I've got that, I can afford to kind of play my game and take advantage of having my loadout over other players. Because there are so many players on quite a small map always spawning in, they usually don't have good weapons and of course are on the radar, so there's plenty of opportunity to sweep them up and get a decent amount of kills and XP. A specific method within Warzone, which can be a lot of fun by the way, is to land on the train either in Plunder or the main Battle Royale mode and spam the recon contracts that spawn on there. You'll likely face competition, but if you can see it off, you can do loads of these recon contracts and they'll compound and produce a bonus for each one you complete, giving you loads of rank XP, weapon XP, and cash. If you do have access to Zombies, Cold War and Modern Warfare multiplayer, and Warzone, and simply want the categorical fastest way to tier up the Battle Pass, I recommend heading over to Cold War multiplayer on the smaller maps and hectic game modes. This is the most consistent way to rank up fast, as even a bad game will give you a lot of XP, simply because of the amount of kills per minute you get compared to other game modes. If you can have some consistently good games, the compounding contracts in Warzone is a close second place to this though. For those that don't have the full game of Cold War, be sure to look out for the free multiplayer or zombie trials that go live. These are great ways of tearing up and can keep the game fun by adding different things to do. I'm always quick to post about them here on the channel, so make sure that you are subscribed with notifications on to not miss a thing. Finally, keep an eye on tier skips. These are given out every 50 levels that you progress your rank. On top of that, there's usually some double tier XP progression events, and these pop up at least a couple of times a season. I hope this video helps you get through the Battle Pass that little bit quicker. If you did find it helpful, remember to give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more Warzone videos, shorts, and streams. Bye for now.